Picture this, a world untouched by modern civilization, where the first light of dawn filters through towering trees, casting long shadows across a landscape teeming with life. A crisp wind stirs ancient oaks and pines, carrying the scent of earth, moss, and distant herds of animals moving quietly through the undergrowth. Every breath is filled with the promise of discovery and survival. The air is alive with rhythmic, purposeful sounds, crack, tap, crack. These are not random noises but the deliberate actions of people who know exactly what they're doing. This is not mindless smashing, but the work of skilled Neanderthals, a community in action, each person playing a vital role. Their cooperation and communication are as important as their strength. Forget the old image of hunched, grunting brutes. That stereotype is a relic of the past, born from misunderstanding and lack of evidence. These were intelligent, resourceful people, deeply attuned to their world. Their senses were sharp, their minds quick, always adapting to the challenges around them. They were artisans of survival, their hands and minds working together to unlock nature's secrets. Every tool they shaped, every fire they kindled was a testament to their ingenuity. For too long we've seen Neanderthals as primitive, overshadowed by Homo sapiens. But the truth is far more complex and fascinating. New evidence reveals a people of immense capability, emotional depth, and technological ingenuity. They crafted jewelry, made art, and formed close family bonds. They thrived across Eurasia for hundreds of thousands of years, adapting to changing climates and hunting formidable prey like mammoths and reindeer. Their survival was no accident, it was earned through skill and resilience. They cared for their sick, buried their dead with ceremony, and adorned themselves with pigments and feathers, expressing identity and perhaps even spirituality. Neanderthals had culture, social bonds, and a profound understanding of their environment. Around the fire, they shared food, stories, and knowledge, passing wisdom to the next generation. Today we're rewriting their story, thanks to the very tools and sites they left behind. Each archaeological find is a window into their world. Each discovery adds detail to a portrait of sophistication and success, revealing new layers of their daily lives and achievements. We're finally hearing the true echoes of their time, a story of people who, in many ways, were just like us. They loved, learned, and dreamed beneath the same stars. The rhythmic cracking of bones was more than food, it was the heartbeat of a thriving community, a symbol of their unity and shared purpose. The Neanderthal story is not one of failure but of enduring cleverness, adaptability, and the timeless human spirit that connects us all. Near the city of Halle in central Germany, archaeologists made a remarkable discovery at a site known as Neumark Nord, which thousands of years ago was the shoreline of a vast ancient lake. This lake was once alive with the presence of Ice Age giants. Mammoths, woolly rhinoceroses, and even lions roamed its banks, creating a dramatic and wild landscape. Among the remains, researchers uncovered not just a few scattered bones but thousands of animal bones, all concentrated in specific areas. These bones belonged to a variety of large animals, and what stood out was that they were not randomly distributed, but appeared to have been systematically processed and organized. This was no ordinary kill site. Instead, it was a carefully arranged prehistoric workshop where ancient people gathered to process their resources with purpose and skill. Over 1,800 bone fragments were recovered, representing at least 70 individual animals. Most of them large herbivores like bison and deer. The sheer quantity and variety of remains suggest repeated visits and sustained activity at this location. The bones, especially those from legs and feet, were expertly fractured in ways that allowed the extraction of nutritious marrow and valuable bone grease, both essential for survival during harsh Ice Age winters. The patterns of breakage were not random. Instead, they revealed a consistent, practiced technique, clear evidence that knowledge was being shared and passed down, forming a part of their cultural tradition. This was not simple scavenging or opportunistic feeding, it was a highly organized, large-scale operation, showing that these early humans worked together in groups to process resources efficiently. The Halle site stands as the earliest and clearest evidence of such sophisticated behavior among Neanderthals, challenging old stereotypes about their capabilities. It demonstrates that they established specialized locations for important tasks, returning to these sites again and again over many generations, building a tradition of resource management. Here, the spoils of the hunt were transformed into essential materials for daily life. This was more than survival. It was a true prehistoric pantry built on cooperation, skill, and the shared knowledge of a thriving community. In Ice Age Europe, Neanderthals needed more than just meat. Fat was their superfuel. Lean meat alone can't sustain high-energy lives, especially in harsh winters. Too much protein without fat can even be fatal. Marrow and bone grease were dense, storable sources of calories vital for survival and brain power. Rendered fat could be stored for lean times, a game-changing adaptation. Fat fueled more than bodies. It lit lamps, waterproofed hides, and made adhesives for tools. Mixed with ochre, it became paint. Combined with resins, it made strong glues for hunting weapons. In every sense, fat was the marrow of Neanderthal life: fuel, light, technology, and survival. Their mastery of fat extraction was a cornerstone of their success. The Halle site reveals a highly organized production line, not random butchery. Instead of chaos, we see evidence of a deliberate, systematic approach to processing animal remains, suggesting a level of sophistication that challenges old stereotypes about Neanderthals. First, Neanderthals hunted large animals, working together to track and bring down formidable prey. This required not only physical strength, but also strategic planning and deep knowledge of animal behavior. After the hunt, they selectively butchered and transported the richest bones, limbs and feet, back to the lakeside. These parts contained the most valuable nutrients, especially marrow and fat, which were essential for survival in harsh climates. This careful selection and transport showed deliberate planning and an understanding of which resources were worth the effort to carry over long distances. Once at the site, bones were left to dry in the open air. This step made the marrow inside easier to extract and the bones themselves easier to crack, demonstrating a practical knowledge of how to maximize food yield. Using carefully crafted stone tools, they struck the bones with precision, splitting them cleanly to access the rich, nutritious marrow hidden inside. This was not a haphazard process, but one requiring skill and accuracy. The uniformity of technique across thousands of bones points to a standard learned method, one that was likely taught and practiced over generations. This was true craftsmanship, skills passed from elders to youth, ensuring that each new generation could contribute to the group's survival and efficiency. After extracting the marrow, even the smallest bone fragments were boiled in primitive containers over fire, rendering out the last precious drops of fat. This step shows their ingenuity in using every available resource. Nothing was wasted, every calorie was extracted with care. This level of resourcefulness was vital for survival, especially during times when food was scarce. The entire operation was efficient, methodical, and refined, a true factory of bone and sinew where each member played a role in a well-coordinated process. This process required not just individual knowledge and skill, but also cooperation and communication among the group. It was a testament to their advanced understanding of materials, resource management, and the importance of working together for the benefit of all. The Halle site stands as a model of prehistoric efficiency, revealing a glimpse into the complex and intelligent world of our ancient relatives. The Halle site offers a window into the Neanderthal mind, revealing complex cognitive abilities. Transporting specific bones to a central site shows foresight and future planning. They chose the lakeside location for repeated use, relying on memory and mental mapping. This wasn't aimless wandering, it was organized, purposeful activity. Standardized bone-breaking techniques point to structured learning and teaching, a culture of knowledge transmission. These were not instincts, but learned behaviors, refined over generations. The operation required foresight, resource management, technical skill, and social learning. Neanderthals weren't just reacting to their environment, they were managing it. They developed efficient, large-scale solutions to survival challenges. Their minds were not primitive, but profoundly capable. The Halle Fat Factory challenges everything we thought we knew about Neanderthal intelligence. The scale of the Halle operation points to a communal effort, not individual labor. Picture several Neanderthals working together, some transporting bones, others cracking them, others tending fires. This cooperation required communication, coordination, and shared purpose. The rhythmic work fostered social bonds, teaching, and group identity. Division of labor likely emerged, with tasks suited to different ages and skills. This organization made the group more efficient and resilient. The Fat Factory was as much about community as survival. Neanderthal success was built on cooperation and social sophistication. The evidence from Halle is a mirror reflecting our own human story. Neanderthal ingenuity, planning, technical skill, teamwork, is a familiar spark, not an alien trait. Their systematic approach to extracting fat is a story of innovation, just like ours. This pattern, identifying needs, developing solutions, building technology, drives human progress. Genetic studies show many of us carry Neanderthal DNA, a tangible link to these ancient people. Their legacy of resilience and intelligence is woven into who we are. Appreciating Neanderthal achievements deepens our understanding of human evolution. For millennia we shared the world with other clever, capable peoples. The Halle Fat Factory is a testament to our shared heritage of creativity and resourcefulness. Studying the Halle Fat Factory isn't just academic, it's relevant to today's challenges. Neanderthals practiced zero waste, extracting every calorie and using every resource. Their deep knowledge of animals, materials, and seasons let them live with, not just in, their environment. In an age of environmental crisis, their example reminds us to respect and understand our ecosystems. Their adaptability through dramatic climate shifts was key to their survival. Innovation and flexibility, not brute strength, ensured their success. Learning about Neanderthal intelligence fosters humility and connection to our deep past. It challenges the idea that only Homo sapiens possessed ingenuity and culture. The human story is a tapestry woven from many threads, not a single line. The echoes from the Ice Age are lessons in survival, sustainability, and adaptation. The rhythmic cracking of bones at Halle has reshaped our view of the past. The Fat Factory was a deliberate, sophisticated solution to survival, not an accident. Neanderthals shared our capacity for planning, innovation, and cultural transmission. Their story blurs the line between us and them. They were a successful, parallel form of humanity. Their legacy is one of resilience, creativity, and mastery of their world. As we look back, the Neanderthals of Halle inspire us to see our ancient kin with new respect. The spark of innovation has burned for millennia, shaping both their story and ours. With each discovery, their story continues, and so does our understanding of what it means to be human.